Okay, let's dive into one of true crime's most bizarre and honestly chilling chapters. This is a story that connects two worlds you'd never think would overlap: the glamorous, high-stakes world of champion show horses and a series of tragic, unsolved murders. It's a tale of greed, unimaginable cruelty, and a secret that has haunted a city for decades.
So our story really begins with this question, a question that has just echoed through the Chicago area for almost half a century. A series of young boys murdered and left behind, their cases just growing colder and colder with every single year that passed. It was a heartbreaking spree of crimes that absolutely terrified the community and left investigators completely baffled.
You know, for years, detectives chased down every single lead, but the trail always went cold. Every time. But now, investigators believe the key to finally solving these cases, well, it might lie deep inside the dark operations of a ruthless criminal network that operated in the most unlikely of places, the seemingly pristine, perfect world of competitive horse shows.
And here it is. The potential answer to who murdered these children is shockingly, bizarrely linked to a lucrative, cruel, and a highly organized horse insurance fraud ring. I mean, it's a connection that is so strange, so profoundly jarring, it's almost hard to believe it's real.
To really grasp the weight of this theory, we first have to feel the profound sense of loss that's at the very heart of this mystery, the murders themselves.
So, in the mid-1970s, this wave of absolute terror swept through the Chicago area. Young boys were abducted and their bodies were later found abandoned. The cases all shared these eerie similarities, but despite massive police investigations, the killer or killers remained a ghost. It left a deep and lasting scar on the community, and of course, grieving families who were left without any answers.
All right, now we're going to shift our focus to a completely different world. On the surface, it was all about wealth, prestige, and champion bloodlines. But right underneath that polished veneer, it was just rotten with corruption. And this entire world was ruled by one man, Silas Jayne. He was this incredibly powerful and feared figure in the American show horse circuit. To the public, he was a respected horseman, but in private, he ran a criminal enterprise built on fear and intimidation. I mean, that quote really says it all. You were either with him or you were a target.
So what was the syndicate's core business? It wasn't just rigging competitions, not by a long shot. It was this brutal but wildly profitable scheme, equine insurance fraud. They would intentionally kill valuable horses, make it look like an accident or due to natural causes, and then collect these massive insurance payouts.
And their method, wow, it was chillingly methodical. They had it down to a four-step process. First, they'd inflate a horse's value on paper to make it seem worth a fortune. Second, they'd take out a huge insurance policy on it. Third, they would hire a professional, a horse hitman, to electrocute the animal in a way that mimicked death by colic, which is a common illness in horses. And finally, step 4, collect the cash. It was a cold, calculated, and just unbelievably cruel business model. And this is where our two separate stories, the tragic, unsolved child murders and the ruthless horse-killing syndicate, begin to shockingly and horrifyingly crash into one another.
It's the exact question investigators started asking themselves. I mean, on the surface, the two worlds couldn't be more different, right? But as they dug deeper and deeper into the syndicate's operations, a really disturbing pattern started to emerge that pointed to an unthinkable connection. Just look at this timeline. It shows a truly damning overlap. The absolute peak of Silas Jayne's criminal enterprise happened at the exact same time as the boys' murders. Now, for any cold case investigator, a coincidence of this magnitude is a massive, massive red flag. And the connections go so much further than just timing. The syndicate was known for silencing witnesses, while the boys' murder cases had zero credible witnesses. The syndicate used professional killers. The murders themselves were efficient and left precious little evidence behind. The parallels in the way these crimes were carried out that were just too strong to ignore.
And this brings us to the central, horrifying thesis. The theory is that these weren't random acts of violence at all. The boys were murdered because they saw something they weren't supposed to see. I mean, just imagine it. A boy, maybe wandering through the woods near a stable, and he stumbles upon men electrocuting a horse. Or maybe he overhears a conversation about a planned hit. In the ruthless world of the syndicate, they weren't children. They were loose ends that had to be eliminated.
So if this horrifying theory holds any water, what happened to this huge criminal network? And where do these tragic cold cases stand today?
Well, eventually, the law did catch up with the horse syndicate. Federal investigations in the late 70s and 80s brought the whole empire crashing down. Silas Jayne and his top guys were convicted of fraud, arson, and conspiracy. Their reign of terror in the horse world was finally over. But, and this is the crucial part, no one was ever charged, let alone convicted, for the murder of a single child.
And that's the tragic reality of this whole situation. Despite the strong circumstantial links, the compelling timeline, the overlapping methods, the murders of these boys remain officially cold. The files are still open, but the families are still without justice, still without closure.
So we're left with this one final haunting question. The syndicate is long gone, but its secrets might not be. Could the key to finally solving these murders be buried somewhere in the dark history of this criminal empire? For some investigators,